Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods MMA show, episode 3.
Welcome back. Here we are again. Another pay-per-view, another amazing card.
Yes,
and
Sloan.
It's time to talk about some stuff.
Thank you for joining me, Sloan. Sloan, what's your last name?
You're welcome.
Forget your
Newman.
Newman.
New and man.
Newman. Oh, just Newman.
Yep.
Okay.
Newman.
Okay.
Yep.
Like that. What was that?
Think of Seinfeld.
I think of I was gonna say the Truman Show, but his last name isn't Newman. I forget what it is now. Anyways, not important. Important. It's important to the cusp of that movie, though. You know, it revolves around the whole thing. It is really important. Anyways, UFC 265 has happened. We both watched it. Great card. Sloan, what'd you think?
It was a fantastic card. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I did too.
Unfortunately, I wanted Derek to win. All right. I was rooting for Derek. I'm a big Derek Lewis fan.
I think everyone
Instagram. He's fantastic.
One of the funniest guys in MMA.
Absolutely hilarious. But man, Cyril Gane, oh man, he just
owned the night.
What
an incredible athlete. I mean, he only got hit twice, and he just picked Derek Lewis apart.
Oh, he's absurd. He has this training video of him he's throwing one of those balls. He's circling around. He throws it and throws it really hard, and he runs and catches it. It's ridiculous. The guy is an insane athlete.
Yeah, I've been very hyped on this guy since his debut, and it's just anytime you see an in-shape heavyweight, I'm like, oh, this is something.
Oh, no,
this is something.
When you're that big, that tall, and that jacked,
and in shape, it's Lord. And you bounce on your feet like that, really good kickboxing. I'm so hyped on Cyril Gane right now.
It was good. He looked fantastic. Man, Derek just
wasn't there that night, huh?
Just wasn't there. He looked like a deer in the headlights. I mean,
yeah,
when
he
came into the cage, he looked
during the walkout. I thought he had the meme face on during the walkout, and I kind of thought for a second oh, he's serious. He's just gonna charge at him, but no, that did not happen.
Not quite.
I don't know.
I think Gane was just too quick. Just too fast on his feet.
Too athletic. Too much. It was just, and what's so impressive from Gane too is he's only 10-0 now. You know. Which is crazy. It's so rare you see someone able to capture a UFC belt with that little experience.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, and honestly, his game plan with Derek was just good. Basically, kind of use range, get the kicks in, run away as soon as Derek started charging at him. That's basically what he was doing. As soon as
literally run away,
literally just running away, just getting out of there.
Yeah,
it worked.
We'll start at the top. So yeah, Cyril Gane defeated Derek Lewis, TKO punches, round 3. Yeah, like you were saying, he pretty much just picked him apart the whole fight. A lot of body kicks, a lot of kicks just in general. Just chopping at that leg the whole time. Love those leg kicks. That seemed to be the thing that really got Derek in the last sequence was the leg kicks seemed to really hurt him. Then he started backing up, and then Gane just swarmed on him there.
Yeah, I mean the first round, I think he landed one punch on each, body, head, and legs.
Like
that was
a grazing punch too, really.
Yeah.
I believe the count at the end was 108 to 8. I think was the exact count of the strikes.
Yeah, something like that. And it's oh my Lord, it was unfortunate. Like I said, Derek, I love Derek. I was really rooting for him. I was hoping he'd get that win in Austin. I'm sure the place would have blown up. Would have been great, but
that's the insane part to me is Gane went to this dude's hometown and dominated him like that. You know.
I mean, look, he didn't look nervous at all. He just,
Gane was so chilled the whole fight week too. He was so calm. I was watching a lot of interviews with him. He was so chill about this whole thing. Just seemed like he knew what he had to do. And Chael Sonnen brought up a good point on the post show, saying that Gane's trained with Ngannou for multiple years, and that's he's walking into the gym every day fighting the most terrifying man on earth. So when he's fighting Derek Lewis, it's not as terrifying.
Not as terrifying. No, definitely. It was Gane. You looked great. You just looked really good.
He really did.
His kickboxing is very impressive, especially at heavyweight. Because man, there's just not a lot of guys in that division.
Not a lot of guys that move like that, man. It's rare to find someone that big, even just in the world in general. That can move like that.
No, definitely. And I mean, look, Now he is the interim heavyweight champ,
Yep.
which is exciting. I don't think they needed that to be an interim
Nah.
championship.
Yeah, so we can talk about that a little bit. I mean,
Uh,
they needed a headline for this card, right? I know we
yeah.
talked about this a little bit on the last episode, but they needed a headliner for this card. It's in Houston, so I think they just had it. You know, Ngannou didn't want it on this date, so
Yeah.
you know, it just Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis. It just maybe not made sense for like the overall picture, but it made sense for them on this date at that time. So I mean, they just went with it.
I just feel like that this fight still would have been that big without the need of the championship.
Oh, you're saying just have it headline, but without the belt? Okay.
Yeah, it could just been a headline for the number one contender, if anything. 'Cause that's basically what this fight was. I mean, the interim heavyweight belt is basically the number one contender spot.
Yeah. I know.
I mean,
I've always thought about this because the UFC has a tendency to just throw interim belts on there if they need a headliner. And I've always thought maybe it's for the casual audience. Obviously, people like me and you don't need an interim title to get excited for these fights. But maybe people need to see, hey, this one's for a title, you know? So so then I'll go out and buy this. And it's just, okay.
And like, they make most of their money off the casual audience.
Yeah,
I mean that's where the majority of the money does come from.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
I mean,
you know,
majority of the hardcore audience fucking illegally streams their pay-per-views anyways. So
no, definitely. It's just interesting because like I get why they have it, but sometimes I feel like the UFC feels like they need it more often than they actually do.
This one especially, right? I mean, Francis Ngannou just won the title in May.
Yeah,
or maybe that was March.
And I mean, look, you wanted to fight in September, which is what, next month?
Next month.
It's just
literally 3 weeks away. You know?
Yeah. So it's just like I get why they did it, but at the same time, it's like, because then it's like, okay, Francis fights in September. I mean, Gane didn't take much damage in this fight.
Yeah.
So honestly, he probably could be ready for that if he really wanted to.
So yeah, we'll move on to that next. Yeah. So obviously next up is Francis Ngannou with Cyril Gane at some point. Cyril Gane did say at the post fight that he's down to do it this year. So I guess we're looking at November, December for that. Probably December would be my best guess. I would imagine this probably even goes into January. You know, I could see this being the first big card next year too. I'd say December, January is probably our best bet for this fight. What do we think of this fight? Because I'm incredibly hyped for it.
Ooh, it's gonna be a great fight. I mean, you know, you look at Gane's performance. He's probably just a better stand-up fighter than Francis is.
Certainly kicking rise, right? Yeah.
But I mean, you know, Francis just touches you. I mean, it's the same thing with Derek, but you know, kind of difference I would say between Derek and Francis is faster.
Yeah,
like he can just, you know,
bit more technical faster. Too now, especially after seeing him win that Stipe fight. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Derek. You know, like in his last couple of fights, he had looked way more agile. You know, doing some knees, little flying knees, looking quick, doing all that stuff. Didn't really see any of that in this fight. Francis, I mean, he pretty much just swings. Like, you've never really seen him kick too often, not really do too much.
Not too much. I know he threw a leg kick the last fight, but, you know, I mean, obviously that's only one leg kick.
I mean, in his last fight against Stipe, his wrestling looked much more on point, improved.
Right? Yeah.
Looked much more improved, which is fantastic.
I imagine that won't carry over much into this game fight.
No, probably not. It'll probably be a stand-up, which, you know, Gane, as quick as he is and as confident as I'm sure he feels, he does need to be more wary, and as I'm sure he knows training with Francis.
Yeah.
That he probably needs to be a little bit more wary, kind of, you know, getting
I wonder how relaxed, much more relaxed that'll make Gane. Is that, okay, I've been in here with Francis before. Granted, that's a training scenario, but, you know, he's been in there before. He's not going to necessarily have the same fear that everyone else is going to have facing Ngannou.
Well, I would imagine he would have a similar strategy. You know, kind of like when Francis is trying to like charge him, he'll just kind of run away.
Yeah.
Just get away from the thing, really kind of keep the, you know, range on him.
He could almost carry the exact same game plan over to the Ngannou fight, right? Yeah, it's just.
I would say so.
It's with Ngannou. That's what I mean. His arms are longer. He's quicker. He's younger. He's more technical. It's just like it's a harder version of Derek Lewis a little bit. Yeah. I know they're not exactly the same, but
Yeah. Oh, I feel like Ngannou, if he worked on his clinch really well, like I could like imagine like if Ngannou pushed you up against the cage, clinched
Yeah.
you up, and started doing some
He's going to be
elbows.
significantly
Yeah.
taller than Gon
Yeah.
too. You know,
Hmm.
Gon not the tallest
Definitely.
heavyweight, and he did
Yeah.
have the range advantage in the Lewis
Yeah.
fight, which he probably won't in the
Yeah.
Ngannou
Probably.
fight.
Yeah. Probably won't in the Ngannou fight.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, cause like if you just sit there and you're gonna sit there try to play that kicking game with Ngannou, you know, try to pick him apart like that, it's like, man, I gotta imagine he's gonna catch you, you know.
Yeah.
And Gon keeps his hands down low too, and I know that's on purpose to
Yeah.
disguise his punches a bit more, but
Mhm.
man, it just seems so dangerous to do that with Ngannou.
Ooh. I would be very wary to be keeping your hands down too often
Yeah.
with Ngannou.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
In the clinch situations too, because he did clinch up with Derek a little bit, and
Yeah.
it was seem he was kind of able to outstrength him in those positions.
I mean,
I wonder if you can do that with Ngannou.
I mean, the very few punches he did take from Derek, I mean, he took them well enough.
Mhm.
Like, I think Derek did get one pretty good hit in that he seemed to take just fine. But
Me and my friends always talk about this at heavyweight. It doesn't really matter how good or bad your chin is at heavyweight. You know, like you could have a shit
Yeah.
chin, or the best chin in the world. Doesn't really matter when Francis Ngannou hits you. He's probably gonna put your lights out.
No, definitely. Yeah, that should be a fun fight. I mean, like, Gon's last couple of fights were one of the most exciting fights.
No, yeah,
This fight was a ton of fun. I mean, he just looked great. I mean, really, it looked like a great showcase for his skills. Derek just seemed like the perfect kind of punching bag, unfortunately.
yeah.
And
I think
Gon
you'll
just
get a
looked
lot
great.
of these with Gon too. Is
Yeah.
if guys are able to outlast it, obviously Derek Lewis wasn't, but then it kind of just ends up he'll just outpoint you for 5 rounds. Because he didn't really do anything different in this fight than he did in the Volkov fight previously. You know,
Not really.
It was just Derek Lewis just wasn't able to withstand the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it'll be fun because Gon also does. I mean, I think he's gotten a couple submissions.
Yeah, no, he has a heel
yeah.
hook win.
Yeah.
I think he got a choke at one point too. Might have been a guillotine, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but
So he doesn't have a bad ground game.
Yeah.
Honestly, his ground game is probably a bit better than Francis's.
yeah, it could be, could very well be. I wonder if we see him shoot it all in the fight. That could be interesting. Maybe he's seen stuff in the gym. Maybe he knows has a much better grappling than Francis. We can see stuff like that. We're in such a cool spot right now with heavyweight, with John Jones also coming up some point next year, hopefully.
I mean, we haven't heard anything from John Jones.
Yeah.
John Jones.
Where are you, John?
What's he doing? I think he just priced himself out, and he just put himself into a short retirement.
Originally, when this got made for the interim title, Gon versus Lewis, I thought, oh, okay, now we'll get Ngannou Jones for the actual belt at some point. Maybe that's what they were planning, but doesn't seem like that's the case at all. Yeah, I don't know. It's exciting fights for John Jones either way. The winner of this, right? Ngannou or Gon is very interesting. Gon, I'd be worried for John with, because he's gonna sit there and play that point fighting game with you too, and like he probably has better kickboxing than you, John. So it's like, I don't know if you want to do that, but he would have a huge wrestling advantage.
Yeah, I mean, John's last couple fights, I mean, he's been looking like he's getting older. He's been looking like he's gotten
guys are catching up, right?
Yeah.
And Gon would be the first case where it's like someone probably bigger than you, probably has more reach than you. He's younger than you. He's probably more athletic than you. This would be like the guy that this could be the guy to finally beat John Jones. Or Ngannou.
Could be. I mean, look. I mean, but we say that, but all those fights were still good fights. Like John, they were close. John looked good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I agree. Gon would probably have a good chance, but at the same time, I mean, John. Nobody's still beating John. I mean, technically, he's Jones. Undefeated. Yeah. I mean. It's just kind of,
I don't know what you think. I mean, he's the greatest fighter of all time in my mind. I mean, bar none. It's really not even close, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, GSP's up there, but
Well, it's unfortunate now because honestly, I was talking about this the other day, but the light heavyweight division, in my opinion, has kind of become one of the weaker divisions.
No, it really has deteriorated over the years. I think. It was at its peak when John first got the title, and he was defending it against, Rampage, Machida, those. But after John really cleared out that division, it really, there was kind of like a slight bump up there for a little while, but it never really got back to the glory spot of like the Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz era.
Yeah, nah, not quite as much. But so it'd be fun. I hope John actually does fight at heavyweight, and this just doesn't become I priced myself out. No, this is actually I'm just retiring because I'm not gonna say anything anymore.
You can't price yourself out for too long. It's just like, what are you never gonna fight again? You know, like you got to fight at some point, light heavyweight or heavyweight. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree.
Derek Lewis, what do we want to see next for him?
I mean, it's up to Derek. I mean, we gotta think. Derek's what? I think 36.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, he's older. I mean, this is, you know,
heavyweight 36 is kind of young.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not.
It's
bad.
Getting up there, but he's still got some years.
I mean, Derek, in my opinion, could still beat Gon if they were to fight again. Because I mean, he just has.
He can beat anyone, right?
Yeah, he can beat anybody. So I mean, honestly, the heavyweight division is just so weird right now because there's a lot of guys have been losing, a lot of guys have been winning. It's all kind of been going like up and down. I don't think too many people are on streaks aside from Gon.
No, I mean Curtis Blades lost to Lewis.
Yeah,
Stipe lost.
Yeah, he lost to
Lewis lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you're just kind of looking at Gon and Gon.
A lot of the heavyweights right now they're on losses. A good amount of them.
Volkov lost.
Yeah, especially the top guys. I mean.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's not a lot of guys coming up after Gon, really.
Yeah, no, it's not too many.
Yeah, I mean Derek Lewis can really just take his pick, I guess.
Yeah.
Of opponents, doesn't really matter who it is. It'll
probably Stipe.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know if Stipe's taking a fight that isn't a title fight, but that would be cool. I think
definitely.
Lewis is still in a good position though because he could just get one win, and as long as Ngannou is still the champion, there'll still always be questions of if that rematch can happen.
I mean, Lewis at this point, I mean, he's just as it keeps going on, he's just becoming more and more of a star. He's more and more people are liking him. More people are getting behind the Derek Lewis train.
He very much has that Nate Diaz type of celebrity where it doesn't really matter how much he loses. He can just kind of always remain relevant.
Yeah, because people love him in press conferences. He's a funny guy. He does, Austin loves him.
Yeah.
So he does have a good corner on that Texas market anytime they want to do a fun Texas event.
Which is apparently going to be a lot more because I know they signed a deal with like Houston or something to keep going there because they're one of the few states that'll consistently allow for crowds. So yeah. Big stuff for Derek Lewis. Now to the co-main. Jose Aldo defeated Pedro Munoz by unanimous decision.
Aldo looked good.
Aldo looked great, man. Classic Aldo here.
Good. Oh man, Aldo he's been looking so good at bantamweight.
Yeah, no, he really has. His kicking has kind of been rejuvenated at bantamweight a little bit.
I agree. Like Pedro Munoz, I mean, he didn't do bad. It was a good fight. It was a good fight, but man, Aldo's just what a legend.
What's so impressive about Aldo is he's been able. I don't think Aldo has necessarily gotten better since his glory days in 2015, but I don't think he's gotten worse either. I think he's been able to maintain that same level since he was on top.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and the guy's only 34 too. I mean, he's still not even that old, and he's been in the
crazy
sport.
To think about, right?
He's been in the sport for it feels like forever.
You don't get more experience than Jose Aldo. You really don't at this point.
You really don't. And man, he could. I mean, he's what? He's ranked number 5 in the bantamweight division. Yeah, something like that.
All those matchups are exciting for him.
Yeah, pretty much anybody against him is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, gonna be a great time.
I mean, he's just done so well. I mean, even though he lost his first fight at bantamweight, he looked so good.
Yeah, he lost the first two because he fought Moraes, then lost. Yeah. It was a split decision, very close. A lot of people argued
very close. I honestly thought he won the fight.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I was like, ooh,
yeah, I remember thinking Aldo won the fight as well, and then he obviously lost to Peter Yan after that for the title. But I mean, since then, now he beat Cheeto, and then now he's beating Pedro Munoz. So he's on a 2-fight win streak there, ranked number 5. Really, it's up to him who he wants to fight next, I'd imagine.
If I was Aljamain,
You'd be trying to get that.
I'd be trying to get that.
I could totally see that. That's a great idea, actually.
I'd be trying to get that fight. Aljamain
for Aljo, it's a great idea.
Yeah, for Aljo.
Yeah,
like, he should fight Jan again. I don't know what's taking so long.
It's rumored for the October 30th.
Oh yeah,
date. Yeah.
Is it?
So hopefully it gets done for that.
I hope so.
But yeah, I would agree. Try to angle at Sean Shelby. Yeah. Be like, hey man, can we just do Aldo instead? It's a bigger fight. It's a bigger name.
Bigger fight.
Think about it.
Name.
You know,
bigger name, bigger fight. It'd be even better. It'd be even better. They could do it in Brazil.
Yeah,
something like that.
Because you don't. I'd rather Aldo than TJ or Jan if I'm Aljo.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with Jan again. Not yet. No. I want to at least get one title defense under my belt before I make that rematch again.
I don't think UFC will let him though, do you?
I don't think they
I think they want Jan as champ, at least right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. I mean, Jan was he was just winning that fight.
Yeah, he really was. I thought he won every round of that.
Yeah. He was just piecing him up.
Yeah.
But thanks to rules, you can sometimes be champ.
Knee. Stupid fucking knee. Pedro Munoz, what would we like to see next for him? I suppose just anyone in the top 10, maybe outside of the top 10 even.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I mean, Pedro Munoz has looked great. His last couple fights. I think wasn't he on? What was it? A 3-4 win streak?
I don't know, because I remember the Edgar fight last year he lost, so I'm not sure.
That's right.
If he might have been coming off one good win here. Hang on, let me pull up his record here. Where are we at? Bantamweight, Pedro Munoz. So he was coming off the Jimmy Rivera win, and then before that he lost to Edgar. So he had one win going.
Got one win going. Now he's on a loss again. So
yeah, a bit unfortunate for him because he is getting older now. 34 at bantamweight isn't the youngest, you know. But he has a lot of good wins in this division.
I didn't think about this, but I would think for either Aldo or even Pedro, they could always try to fight Dominic.
One of those, right? I would. Yeah, I know they were talking about it on the broadcast last night. Aldo versus Cruz.
Yeah, Aldo versus Dominic. Yeah.
I don't know if it's quite fair for Aldo to have to fight another person behind him in the rankings, considering he just beat two of them. Yeah. But
right.
I would love that fight, man. You know, even like you were just saying, Munoz versus Cruz. That's a great fight too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, honestly, not excited. I just pulled up the rankings. Now that I'm looking at it, Aldo versus Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Put that on like a main event somewhere on like Big ESPN.
That would, I bet that would be a heck of a fight.
Me too. Like, how do you think that fight would go? Because I don't know. I think Sandhagen would probably clip him with something.
I'd probably give it to Sandhagen. I don't even necessarily think it's because he has better skills or anything. I just think it's because he's the younger guy.
Yeah. More explosive, powerful.
Just more explosive, more powerful. Like Aldo's look so good, but
yeah, I don't know if Aldo could eat a flying knee like TJ did. Yeah, you know,
I'm not too sure.
Not these days.
No, definitely. And then for Pedro, I mean, you could always do like I don't know, like Marlon Vera.
Yeah, Cheeto would be cool.
You know, Cheeto would be cool.
You know, you got guys like Mirhab's out there. I know he's fighting Martin Moraes in October at some point. So I don't know. Yeah. Sean O'Malley, you know, he's out there.
Yeah. I mean, Sean's not even ranked yet, is he?
No, he's still not even considered ranked. I was thinking, my friend and I were talking about O'Malley versus Aldo, and I was like, it's a bit too soon for O'Malley, but I would love that fight.
Yeah. I would say that's probably a little too soon.
Yeah.
I would I don't know, what about Cody?
Cody is dropping down to flyweight and fighting Kaikar France in December. So
is he?
Yeah. So he's out of the bantamweight picture for a little while. That would have been a great fight though, Aldo and Cody. That would have been a good one to like headline a card with.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But Cody's going off. Doesn't want to be in the same division with TJ, I suppose.
Yeah, I wonder how long his stint will last at flyweight because I know he's not the biggest bantamweight, but that just seems like a really hard cut.
No, definitely. Yeah, I'd wonder how that would go. Right? Yeah. I don't know. The bantamweight division, it's a fun division.
It really is.
I feel like the championship needs to get sorted out.
It is the elephant in the room every time there's a big bantamweight fight right now. Is
it
almost feels like we don't have a champion right now.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it's just like they need to figure that out.
Yeah, I agree.
Because honestly, TJ, I mean, going off the win like that, I mean, he technically didn't lose his title when he got suspended. He was still the bantamweight champ at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's come back after suspension, got a win. So honestly, I would say he deserves a title fight.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think he should definitely be next in line for the winner of Aljo too.
Yeah. But,
hopefully they get that done sometime early next year.
Hope so as well. Yeah, good fight all around. Good fight. Aldo looked great.
Yeah, looked great. Great punching power.
Still showing he's the top of the heat.
Looked quicker too, and much bigger than Pedro. And it's impressive his speed carried down.
Well, it's so interesting that he's like at a lower weight class, and it just seems to really work for him. Because I know the weight class he's at before, he had trouble. Like he has some weight troubles every now and again.
No, there was so many times he had trouble cutting to featherweight. And now he seems to be able to consistently make bantamweight.
Yeah, and just fine. And he looks fast. He looks good. And he looks big. Like he looks
fucking
bigger than some of those other dudes at bantamweight. Like he just looks.
It's such a great move too, because like these guys don't hit as hard as featherweights. So his chin has been, even though his chin's deteriorated a little bit over the years, it's fine now because he's fighting smaller guys with less punching power. Yeah.
No, definitely. But great, good fight. I'll be excited to see what Aldo does. I love watching Aldo fight.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I know, it's just gonna be a sad day when that man retires.
Oh, I know. Honestly, I don't think he'll retire for a while.
I don't either. I think he'll be one of those guys we have to ask to retire.
Yeah,
I think that's where all those head.
He's gonna have to get knocked out about 5 times. Exactly. And then we'll be like, all right, Aldo, I think it's time.
Even then he signs the bare knuckle after, and you're just like, why?
What's he doing?
Okay, and then next fight, the co-main, Vincent Luque defeated Michael Chiesa by Darce choke in round 1.
Look,
what a fucking comeback!
That was great. With that fight, so I was watching with my buddy. I told him, I was like, because he was rooting for Chiesa, and I was like, nah, man, Luque's got it.
Luque's a straight savage.
Luque it has been looking so good, and man, to be able to submit Michael Chiesa.
Big deal.
That's something, right?
Especially in like a grappling exchange where he was initially losing, then he ends up on top, catches the choke, sinks it in. And I remember when he adjusts it at one point, and then it got really tight, and then you were like, oh, it's done.
I know. I was just like, oh man, it was just impressive. It was just an impressive showing.
Do you know what Verdict is? It's like this app where you can go and like pick fights. You don't like bet on them, but you like bet with points and whatnot. And I betted I betted Luque submission. I put round 3, but I got like I placed in like the top 50 for the first time on Verdict just with that because I got so many points from that because so many people, awesome. No one was predicting that.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I haven't heard it. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, check out that app. Shout out to Verdict.
Yeah, shout out to Verdict. Man, that was a good fight. And honestly, man, Chiesa looked strong when he took Luque down. Like Chiesa's such a big dude.
It's crazy how big he is at welterweight, right? This guy used to cut down to 155 consistently.
Absurd.
Crazy.
It's just absurd. Like I feel like he could go up a weight class.
Right. He could be a good middleweight.
Yeah. Could just be a really good middleweight. But man, he's killing it at welterweight, and he got submitted this go around.
Fortunately, he got caught, right?
He got caught. I thought he almost choked out Luque. He had that tight.
No, he did. He had that rear naked choke in. It was crazy. Luque even got out of that. Honestly,
I know. That was impressive.
I wonder if Chiesa has some sort of submission defense problem because he has really good offensive submissions, but if you look at all his losses, Kevin Lee, Anthony Pettis, he got submitted in all of those. So it's
definitely.
What's going on there? Such a high level jiu-jitsu guy, and he gets caught in submissions.
He I don't know. Maybe he's just too confident in his grappling game to where he maybe feels like he can let some stuff slide a little bit.
Sure, that's a good point.
And then it just ends up not working out for him.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what seems to happen. I know he was talking about his mentality a little bit. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, so I wonder if it just gets to him when he's in the cage at some point.
Could be, could be. You know, like so honestly, I'm sure he was feeling super confident. Like you thought he almost had him, almost choked him out. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, now he's got me. Probably freaked out a little bit, maybe, because he's probably just feeling like he really had everything under control, and then all switched around. But I don't know.
I have to wonder if this is his kind of last attempt at title shot hopes, because I know he's how old is he now? 34, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So I mean, he's getting kind of up there in age, and he was just on a 4-fight win streak, and now he's going all the way back down. And it's like, okay, you're probably gonna have to win at least 3 fights to get in that conversation again.
But most likely, I mean, and also at this point, I mean, he does a lot of stuff for ESPN.
Yeah, he's a great. He's great on the desk, on the post shows and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, honestly. If he does decide to do that, I hope he tries to go up to middleweight.
Yeah, you'd like to see that?
I do. I would like to see that. Like if he feels like he might not get that title anytime soon at welterweight, he should try to go up to middleweight.
Middleweight, put on a little bit more muscle. I'm into it.
Put on a little bit more muscle.
Yeah.
Cause look, he's a strong guy.
Yeah, he is.
Like
good
he's
takedowns.
a strong dude.
Not a lot of heavy wrestlers at middleweight either. You know.
Like welterweight has a ton of wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean that's the wrestler division.
A lot of wrestlers, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys. Just a lot.
So maybe he wouldn't be grappling as much then up at middleweight, you know, or he'd have a huge grappling advantage over a lot of guys.
It's possible because his stand-up's not the worst in the world. Like it's not like the most impressive, but it's like it's good enough to get his wrestling, get it down. Because his wrestling is his bread and butter. When he starts wrestling dudes, he looks so good. He looks super strong.
It'd almost be a good idea for him to just like really adopt like Damian Maia's game plan and just spam takedowns till you get it.
Yeah,
and try to get
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, or try to do what Usman's been doing and just really focusing on his stand-up.
That's tough now at his age, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he ever could possess that like one punch power he would need, but it'd be interesting.
He doesn't necessarily need to have it. I wish more guys would kind of adopt that sort of Diaz style boxing of high output, not very
Sure, don't throw everything into one punch.
Just always touching them. Always
a lot
just
of pressure.
Kind
of like Colby.
Pressure. Yeah. Kind of like Colby doing that. I think Chiesa would be good for that. Because he's a long, strong dude. Could probably keep the pressure up and then get down into the wrestling exchanges, really dominate a fight.
Yeah.
Tire a guy out, then dominate with the wrestling.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You got a name at middleweight you'd like to see him fight? I'll try to call one out here. Let me see. Let me see the middleweight ranking. Kevin Holland. I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean that would be.
If there's one I'm shooting for, if I'm Chiesa, that'd be it. You know,
definitely.
Got a bad takedown offense. Like, let's go.
I mean, Uriah Hall would be fun.
Uriah Hall would be fun too.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Chiesa's not the most active, so we'd be looking at like early next year for him next.
You get Jack Hermanson.
That'd be a really good grappling match too.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'd be worried about that one with Chiesa. Yeah, you probably get caught again.
Possibly, because you do have like Derek. That'd be all right. Kelvin would honestly might not be too bad of an option.
Oh, Kelvin would be cool too.
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighter alums. Okay, cool. Next fight, Tisha Torres defeated Angela Hill by unanimous decision. Good looks for Tisha.
Definitely. I mean, she just looked good.
Yeah,
Angela,
quick, right?
I don't know, man. Angela just. It was either Tisha was just really quick or Angela was just really slow. Like it was one or the other. Like I wasn't. Like Angela just kind of felt like she has some sort of like lag going on.
Yeah, I kind of was picking Angela going into it. I thought she'd kind of just end up outpointing her. I don't know why I'm blurry right now, but whatever. Whatever. You guys don't need to see me. I was picking Angela going into it. I kind of thought she'd just outpoint her on the feet, but Tisha ended up being way quicker than her, which was surprising to me. I know Tisha has always been very fast, but I thought on the feet Angela would be able to just kind of outpoint her more.
I thought so too, but I mean Tisha just stayed on her. Tiny tornado.
Yeah.
Just kept on.
Yeah. Good for Tisha too, because she was looking at getting cut a few fights ago. I know she was on a 2-fight win streak leading into this, but she was on like a 4-fight losing streak at one point. Granted, it was to like the top 5 in the division, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, good. She's been able to turn it around.
I mean, she looks strong too. I mean, she just looks strong. So, I mean, she definitely just I don't know, just Angela just seems...
Tisha's one of those girls that's like really built, right? You know?
Yeah. I know there's all this sort of little, you know, like USADA.
Oh yeah, there's
whatever, all that.
At this point, it's just kind of like, okay. I mean, she's been in the USADA testing pool for like over 5 years.
Yeah, quite a while.
It's like I don't know how much longer we can say that.
Here's the thing. I still just don't see Tisha beating the very top girls. Like I think honestly, I feel like she is one of the top girls that will be like a gatekeeper for a lot of girls coming up to be able to break into the, you know.
She's kind of been the gatekeeper of that division for quite a while now, right?
Pretty much, and I feel like that's just where she's gonna stay.
Yeah, because if you look at the 4 losses she has, it's Jessica Andrade, Joanna, Wei Ling, and Marina Rodriguez. That's literally the top 5 of the division right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrade moved, but...
Yeah, and I don't see her beating any of them.
Yeah, like you still don't think she'd beat any of them. Yeah.
No, I mean, Rose, Zhang, and Joanna, just those 3 are just in a different stratosphere.
Yeah, than the whole division.
From the whole division. I mean, I just, you know, a lot of these other girls. I'm not saying they're, you know, like they're tough girls. You know, they're hard, but man, those girls, those top 3, they're made out of something different. Like they're ridiculous.
Maybe a Michelle Watterson fight for her next would be interesting. I know they've never been matched up, so that could be cool. Something like no, they have been matched up. Oh, my bad. They fought in 2017. Forgot all about that.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like Mackenzie Dern.
Mackenzie Dern would be cool. I know she's fighting Marina Rodriguez in October in a main event. So
which Marina has looked very good.
Yeah, no, she's been the dark horse of the division, right? Like she has some good wins. Amanda Ribas, she's beaten. Michelle Watterson, she's beaten. She has lost to Carla, but hey, Carla's the next title challenger, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. So I mean, she's looked good.
Yeah,
she looked really good.
I'm with you on that one.
You know, we'll see what happens with her. I think Marina has the potential to be one of those really ridiculous kind of top
future title challenger.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. This division in general, you got to give a shout out to that original Tough season when they brought in this division, because all those girls are still there. Rose was on that season. Carla. Where else? Claudia wasn't on that season, but you know what I mean. It's just crazy that all those girls are like still there, still at the top. Angela Hill, Tisha Torres were both on that season.
No, I agree. It is very impressive. Yeah, man, it's the girls division, but they got some good girls getting in there. Got some fun times.
Next up for Angela Hill, getting kind of dicey for her now. She's 36, you know.
Yeah, no. I mean, you gotta think her record is not like that. I mean, I think she's 13-10 now.
Yeah, that isn't the best record.
Yeah.
Granted, she's been in the UFC like the whole time.
Yeah.
So she has been fighting the best of the best like her entire career, but still, it's I mean, she'll always be good enough to stay in the UFC. I think it's just you know, will she ever cross that hump? You know.
I think at this point, probably not. I hate to say that, but probably not. Not that it could happen. We got a lot of older dudes and older, you know, just people coming in, doing great. I mean, you got old person drawing a blank on it. They got Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, Glover looking better than he ever has at that age.
Yeah, better than he ever has. 42, going into a title shot.
It does affect people differently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not like Angela, like she didn't get like knocked out. You know, it's
yeah,
not like,
good point.
You know, and it's not like she got really damaged that badly. You know, and she still has some years in her, and I think she could probably get maybe one good shot left.
One good run left in her.
One good run.
Yeah.
One good run left in her, but honestly, I think it depends on her next fight.
Yeah.
If she fights again, and if she wins that fight, I would say yes, she could definitely probably go for another title shot. If she loses it, then no.
Then no, yeah, I'm with you on that. It's kind of like her next fight would really determine if she's ever gonna get into the title shot conversation.
Yeah. And once again, for her, I mean, she also, has a lot of doing ESPN stuff.
Yeah, the
so
behind the desk experience, right?
Yeah, she's got that as well. So at least like
they seem to like her too. So
yeah. So at least if she was to stop fighting, it seems like she would still have a position in the UFC to be doing stuff.
Yeah, she's a great personality to have around too.
Yeah, definitely. I like Angela Hill.
Yeah,
and she's a lot of fun. I do like watching her fight. She's had some fun fights.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, just the way the division is too, there's just so many kind of girls above her that are gonna kind of get that title shot before she would.
Yeah.
So it's probably even gonna be probably
tough hill to climb.
At least 2 to 3 years before she even probably
got up.
Unless like just something happened, she was just able to like get in on a last minute fight against somebody really impressive or.
Something like that. She does like to fill in, so there's always opportunities there for her.
Yeah, like because at the same time she is almost kind of like the Donald Cerrone of the women's strawweight division.
Yeah, fill in on 2 weeks notice type shit.
I mean, I think she fought like 4 times in 1 year, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so she was going crazy over the whole pandemic era.
Yeah. She's fought a lot. So I mean, if she keeps up with that, I mean, maybe potentially.
Yeah,
if she's just able to get a lot of fights all at once, she could do it quicker. She's got to win them. Got to win.
Clock is ticking. And then opening the main card, Sonny Dawn defeated Casey Kenny by split decision. Good fight.
Man.
Good fight.
That was a good fight.
Yeah,
that was a good fight.
It's so quick. Like that's one of those where I'm like, holy shit, what are they doing?
Oh, man. To be completely honest, I almost feel like Casey won that fight, and the only reason I say it. The only reason
would you give him 2 and 3?
The only reason I say that is because of the third round.
Yeah,
he just really just dominated.
Yeah, I gave him the third for sure. Especially he closed it out with a takedown and he ended up on top.
I feel like that round should have been like a 10-8.
Oh really? Like you thought it was that bad? Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thinking that at the time.
Yeah, I just in terms of just output, he got the takedown at the end.
A lot of pressure.
I just felt like I feel like he had more octagon control in there. I just felt like he controlled that round so well. Like I feel like the first and second round close as crap.
Yeah,
super close.
They were very
close. That third round, I just felt like he had more of the showing on that last bit.
Yeah, I thought in the second, I thought Yudong got away a bit too. Obviously, I thought Yudong won the first, but I thought in the second he got away from a bit too many punches and landed too many of his own to give Kenny that round. So I gave the second to Yudong. I could see an argument for Kenny getting the fight though.
It was a close fight. I'm not, Song. You look great. I mean that guy.
23 years old too. Crazy.
23 years old. I mean he's probably just
been in the UFC like 4 years already too.
Probably not even really into his prime yet. Really.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy because he's been competing with like the top bantamweights this whole time. So it's just, by the time this kid's like 27, 28, he's going to be a fucking murderer.
Yeah. The bantamweight division is going to really have to worry out for him.
Yeah.
And, after in a couple more years, when he's really got more experience and got it going, like he's going to be a big just.
Imagine when he's fully developed and, he's been training at Alpha Male for all these years. He's gonna be a beast, and it's just I don't think quite yet we're looking at like a future title contender for him, but we could be getting there in the next few years.
Yeah, definitely. It'll probably be a couple more years unless he just does some really impressive stuff his next couple.
He's got that knockout power too down at bantamweight that not many bantamweights possess. So be good to see him.
He could be a real threat, especially if it is a couple years. A lot of those top guys are going to be older. Some of them will probably have retired by then.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to pass a lot of these guys up. I mean, you look at the division rankings. He's I know he's not ranked currently right now, but he's a lot younger than all these guys.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I would say. I'm trying to think. Didn't he lose his last fight?
He lost to Kyler Phillips.
Yeah,
I believe that was his last fight. Yeah, so he lost a tough decision there. Kyler Phillips just kind of outpointed him on the feet.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean that's a tough fight too. One of the better guys in that division.
I probably wouldn't give him a top 15 guy yet, unless the UFC just really wants to be getting like some China representation pushed a little quicker.
You if they wanted to, you could. I mean, we already talked about it, but I feel like we're gonna say this for every bantamweight. Sean O'Malley, Sean O'Malley signing it on. I mean, both right outside the rankings. You know what I mean? It's like two young prospects.
To be honest, that's a fight that you wouldn't like if this was boxing. You probably wouldn't see that fight.
Yeah,
they'd probably be a couple years where they went on. But the UFC, man, sometimes they like to put young, hungry top dudes against each other.
It's one of those where
early in their career.
You could do the first fight now, and then the rematch in a few years is for a title. You know, something like that. That could be really fun.
Could be fun. That would be a fun fight. I don't know who I think who would win that fight, to be honest.
Two heavy-hitty bantamweights. See, now that we're talking about it, I like this fight. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be a fun
Book it, Dana. Put it on main event in China. Fuck it.
Oh, dude,
Make O'Malley go there. That'd be badass.
That'd be so badass.
Casey Kenny. He's not old, so he's still got some time on him. How old is Casey Kenny? He's probably only like 28. He's 30, so. Right in his prime now. Not the biggest setback for him. He's kind of having a rough year, though, with the Cruz loss, and now this both being split decisions. So
hopefully he'll, you might have to do a little self-reflecting.
Yeah.
Maybe
figure out what he wants to do there. I know he used to fight at flyweight, so maybe drop back down there for a little bit. Some flyweights that are definitely beatable.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably gotta be frustrating. So I'm sure you probably thought you won both those fights.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'll be interested because he looks good. Like he's a tough guy. So I'm sure he just needs to figure out like how to not give it to the judges.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, maybe get some submission offense going, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then the headlining prelim fight. How are we pronouncing this guy's name? Rafael Fiziev? Fiziev? I was trying to pronounce it when they were saying it last night. I was like, Fiziev, but, I don't know. He defeated Bobby Green by unanimous decision. What a fight. This earned fight of the night. Great fight.
Yeah, dude. That was definitely one of the best fights of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
Bobby Green. He looks so good
for his age too. I think he's like
for
37.
His age, how long he's been in the sport.
Yeah, he's quick.
Quick. He just looked so good. And Rafael, man, that's a tough dude.
Yeah,
he's a young, tough, quick fighter. His last couple of fights,
young kickboxer.
He's looked so impressive. Man.
It was always a tough fight for Green, but I was expecting him to get TKO'd here, and he was really able to pull it out.
I think most people were. I don't think many people were thinking Bobby Green was gonna get that to a decision.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. It's impressive. He was able to really lure Rafael into his type of fight too. Like that firefight, and then credit to Rafael for being able to withstand all that. He went toe to toe with Bobby Green and just threw down with him for a lot of that fight, and his chin held up great.
Yep.
Great prospect here to keep your eye on.
Yeah, Rafael he's gonna be a dangerous guy in the lightweight division. That lightweight division is the most ridiculous division ever. Even the unranked guys are ridiculous.
Exactly. Like this fight wasn't even it's close to the rankings. I think Rafael's close to being ranked in the top 15. Yeah. But it's for having a fight outside the rankings and be able to headline the prelims like that on a pay-per-view. It's lightweight division is just. It's been on top for years now, and it still is.
Yeah, and I don't see it not being on top for a while because it's an absurd.
Just division. The name value there is insane.
It is such a fun division, and all the dudes in it, most of them are just they're so much fun to watch. So,
what do we want to see next for Rafael Fiziev?
At this point, I mean, I could see them giving him a top 15.
Yeah, I think it's time. Get someone in the
Yeah.
rankings there. Number 15 is Thiago Moraes. Then you got Armin, whatever this guy's last name is. He's right there. Brad Riddell, right up there too. I think any of those fights sound great.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Diego. I think Diego he has a fight, doesn't he? Right.
Diego Ferreira. I think he does have a fight. I'm pretty sure he has a fight in October. I can't remember against who. But yeah, he's right up there too. You know, any of these guys. Dan Hooker would be fun. You know, I know that's a little high because considering Dan Hooker's ranked number 8 right now, I don't know if he quite deserves that, but that'd be great time too. Gregor Galapski's number 10.
Yeah, wouldn't be too bad. I know Kevin Lee just got a fight.
Yeah, Kevin Lee's moving up to welterweight. See, every time a guy moves up, I wish they just take them out of the rankings.
Yeah,
like
just get him.
Yeah,
roam over.
We don't need him there.
Could always do Tony.
Yeah, Tony too. Yeah, on that.
Yeah.
I
think. I mean, just from Tony's perspective, I feel like Tony needs a lower guy. And
I don't know if this is the guy to do that with with Tony. You know, like it is a lower guy, yeah, but it's a young, hungry prospect. Yeah,
it's a tough fight, but I feel like
but there are no easy fights in this. So
there's really not.
Yeah,
I mean, the top 15. I mean, these guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, we look forward to whatever he does next. Hopefully, someone in the top 15. Bobby Green. I'd imagine he's still staying around another couple of years. You know,
he looked good in that fight. I mean, yeah, he didn't get knocked
certainly
out.
Nothing to be upset with, right?
Yeah, I mean, he looked good. I mean, at this point, I'm sure Bobby just wants to fight, keep making paychecks. Probably doesn't care who he fights.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't get the impression that he's wanting to like get a title,
leave the sport or anything.
Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, even shoot for a title shot. Yeah,
I feel like he just wants to fight, like have some good fights, make some money.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of been Bobby Green's whole career.
Yeah.
I know he was matched up with Jim Miller earlier this year, and that fell through. So maybe rebook that. That could be very fun. Yeah, I love that idea. Two veterans.
Yep. That's definitely what I think Bobby should be doing veteran fights.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Getting guys, you know, like doing the occasional build a guy up fight, but not do that too often. Just kind of, you know, get some fun fights with some old pros.
There's so many veterans like that too at lightweight, so he's kind of got his picking. Next fight, Vince Morales beat Draco Rodriguez. Excuse me. Good fight here. Morales kind of outpointed him to a decision.
Yeah,
I was unfamiliar with these guys heading in, so good spotlight for them.
I remember seeing them like in some previous fights. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
Who they fought, what they're doing. It wasn't too bad of a fight. That's for sure.
Yeah. Again, more bantamweights. Bantamweights own this card.
Yeah. A lot of bantamweight action.
Yeah.
Then you had...
Okay, we'll move on to light heavyweight. Alonzo Meadowfield defeated Ed Herman by unanimous decision. Good fight.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, great fight.
That was good. Ed Herman, what a tough...
Dude's been around so long.
He's been around so long.
What they say, like 15 years in the UFC? That's honestly insane. Like, that cannot be healthy.
It's absurd, but man, his leg got
torn up in this fight.
Torn up. Alonzo, man, his leg kicks were impressive, hard, and
when Herman switched stance at one point, I thought it was over. I was like, oh, he can't even stand on it anymore.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, because he went into the third round, and you could tell he couldn't stand.
Yeah, like at all. What a tough motherfucker. Like you see all these guys like getting TKO'd from leg kicks, and you know this could have been called, and Herman just able to stick it out.
That's impressive, man. Alonzo Meadowfield, I mean, he's looked good. I've seen his past, I think 1-2 fights. He's looked really good. Good young light heavyweight prospect.
Big KO power out of him too.
Definitely.
A little unfortunate that he had to go through a war with Herman. You know, it's definitely never good to be getting hit that much. I mean, it's fun for us, but when you're that young into your career, it's
you definitely want your first couple fights probably not to like be big wars. We were getting
Yeah.
dragged out. Want to be able to get that
Yeah,
head
I'm sure he's disappointed
straight.
he wasn't able to put Herman away too.
Mhm.
But
Definitely.
his conditioning held up nicely, which was good on his
Yeah,
part.
no, yeah. You went through all 3 rounds, looked great. Like you
Yeah.
didn't really seem like you tired out.
Yeah, at one point I thought he was getting tired when Herman was really putting on the pressure, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, he was able to stick it out the whole time and just keep up with those leg kicks.
That fight was, I think, mostly how tough is Ed Herman.
Yeah,
Like that was kind
that's
of
what you
that
were thinking
fight.
the whole time.
Yeah, I was just because like Alonzo, like I never really had too many points where it's like Ed Herman's winning this fight, but a lot of the time I was just like, geez, Ed Herman is a tough
What a
son of a gun.
beast! How old is Herman
Like,
now? Let me look. He's 40.
mhm.
When was his first UFC fight? I gotta see this. His first UFC fight was June 24th, 2006, against Kendall Grove. Oof, that's so long ago.
That is a while ago,
Man.
man. But it's good. But I mean, Alonzo. I mean, I just see them just building them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you on
just
that.
keep getting, just keep
Even
getting them up
now that
there.
I'm looking, he's not very young. He's 33, Alonzo Meadowfield.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of getting up there. All right, next up, Jessica Pena defeated Karolina Kovacevic by armbar in round 1. This one was sad for me. Carolina is I got a soft spot for Carolina. I don't know why. I've seen her fight live a couple times.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I,
Unfortunate for Carolina now. She's probably on the chopping block.
Yeah.
A 5-fight losing streak for her, so probably not sticking around.
Shouldn't have gotten to the ground.
No, she
I was
definitely fucked
a
up big
little
time.
I was a little surprised she did that.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Bad
Idea.
Ooh,
Especially with Jessica Pena. Congrats to Jessica
Yeah.
Pena though.
Yeah, definitely.
I know she was on like a 3-year layoff, I believe, and then she
Yeah,
came back
yeah.
and she won split decision in her last fight, and now she's got 2 in a row and a big win over Carolina. So good for her. Looked great. Cool armbar, man.
Definitely.
She
Yeah,
had that
definitely.
locked up for a while, right?
Oh, dude, she was holding on that for a hot minute.
Dear life, man.
A hot minute. Worked out for her.
At one point, I thought she was going to transition it into a triangle because she kind of had the leg over the head like that.
Yeah.
But now she just stuck with the armbar, rode it out the whole time.
It was very, very impressive.
It got
Just
worse when Carolina
good.
slammed her. And it was like, ooh, and you saw that elbow go back into the hips, and I was like, oh, no.
You're like, ooh,
Carolina, why? And then early prelims. Are these the fights you missed?
I did miss the early prelims.
Okay, sure. So we'll just go over them real quick. Manel Kopp defeated Odie Osborne by flying knee. Not the most. It was kind of an early stoppage, but yeah, it was a good flying knee. He landed it right on time, dropped him, and then the ref kind of just called it. It could have went on a little bit longer, but
Ref probably just got a little scared.
Yeah, he saw the guy get dropped by the flying knee, and he was
that's
like,
all.
nope, we're good.
Yeah,
Flying
it's
knee.
like, oh, we're good on that one.
Shout out to Odie Osborne though, because he's from Milwaukee. As am
yes.
I live in Milwaukee.
I think was his nickname.
Every card has to have one Milwaukee fighter. I don't know why. It's just there's something about Wisconsin and MMA fighters. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a lot.
Gotta get them out. They gotta get them out. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the water here.
What's that?
Next up, Miles Johns defeated Anderson Dos Santos, who's Anderson Silva and Junior Dos Santos' adopted love child. I don't know if you knew that. And they decided to combine their names.
And give
that
put them together.
Right.
Get them going.
Jeez. And with a name like that, he should be the greatest fighter of all time. But he actually lost by 3rd round knockout. Big overhand right from Miles Johns. This one was impressive.
Well, I'm looking at the thing right now. Miles Johns 12-1. That's a good record.
Yeah, no, Miles Johns a good prospect in that division. Who is his only loss? Mario Batista. Okay, so it looks like he got flying knee in that fight. All right, well, I don't remember that loss, but I do like Miles Johns. I remember him from the Contender Series. Last 2 fights, Melissa Gatto defeated Victoria Leonardo by TKO doctor stoppage. She actually broke her arm in this fight with a kick, and then another broken bone on a pay-per-view. That's 5 pay-per-views in a row this year where we've gotten broken bones.
I missed that.
So this one was a little weird because you couldn't tell that it was broken. In fact, everyone thought it wasn't broken, but then the doctor came in and like started feeling it, and he's like, no, that's broke, and then he called it. So that one a little anticlimactic with that one, but nonetheless good. And then the last fight, Johnny Munoz Jr. defeated Jamie Simmons by submission, rear naked choke, round 2. Another fighter from Wisconsin, Jamie Simmons. Yeah.
Lost. Sorry.
Shout out Wisconsin. Yeah, two Wisconsin owls for that. The Bucks won the championship, and then they were just like, no more fighters can win from Wisconsin this year. It's too much. Wisconsin can't be too happy.
I can't be too happy. They only get one thing. One thing a year. That's all you get.
That's it. It was a quick rear naked choke though. In the second. That's
cool. That's the first 4 fights of the night all being finishes.
Yeah, they were all finishes. First 5 were all finishes. Then it got under decisions for a little while.
The crowd was super happy about that.
Yeah. Ends up happening quite a bit. Real quick, the bonuses for the night were fight of the night was Rafael Fiziev versus Bobby Green. Then Ciryl Gane, Vincent Luque, Jessica Pena, and Miles Johns all got performance bonuses.
Nice.
So good for them. Go UFC. UFC, make it $100,000 for the performance bonuses. Like, come on, just like. I feel like people will stop complaining about fighter pay so much if you at least did that.
I thought they were going up to 75.
Tony got him to that one card, whatever card he was on, a little bit ago, and then they did it again for the next pay-per-view, but they didn't for this one. But they did give an extra performance bonus for this fight, so
interesting.
Take what you can get, fighters.
Yeah, get what you can get. Yeah, I suppose. I see everybody's wearing the crypto shirts. So they must be making some.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Decent, yeah. The fighters are getting part of that. Yeah. They can't get part of the TV deal or anything, but they can get part of that crypto deal.
Get some of that crypto.
All right. We will put UFC 265 to bed. We'll move on to some news. A lot of big fights got announced recently. A lot of big fights.
There are some big ones.
Yeah. Let's start with the biggest one in my mind. Up first, Kamaru Usman will fight Colby Covington in their highly anticipated rematch at UFC 268. What date is that on? November 6th. Rumored to be November 6th. Rumored to also be at MSG. We'll see how that goes. I doubt it.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they do that or not.
Yeah,
I am super excited for that fight.
I cannot wait. Definitely, this just shot up to my most anticipated fight of the year. I love that first fight with a passion, man. I rewatch that like every few months. I love that fight.
Dude, that first fight was
so good.
Like,
it was one of those where like I knew it'd be good because it was like, okay, their wrestling's gonna cancel each other out, and it's just gonna be a war on the feet because they both are nonstop pressure.
I mean, slugfest. I mean, that was a dirty fight. It was
dirty. It's bad blood. You can't get worse blood than that,
I know, man. Like that was, Colby. As much as people like to hate him, he's doing it right. He's doing it right.
You hate him, but you love to watch him, don't you?
Yeah,
you love his fights and you love his press conferences. You watch every damn Colby Covington interview,
Yeah. It's such a good time. I'll just say it now. All right, I am not a Usman fan.
You're not an Usman fan.
I'm not an Usman fan. I respect his skills. Sure. His skills are impressive. Look, he's a champ for a reason. He has been looking so dangerous, especially because his wrestling was already ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But now his stand-up has been getting so ridiculous.
Ever since teaming up with Trevor Whitman, man.
Yep. Yeah, ever since going over to Team Elevation, training with Justin Gaethje, all of them.
Yeah.
His stand-up is just... It looks so good. And honestly, man, going into this next fight, I mean, they were. I feel like Colby and Usman were pretty much evenly matched going into that first fight.
It was as even as you could get. They literally had the same record, and it was like the guy Colby lost to, Usman has beaten, and the guy Usman has lost to, Colby has beaten. Mm-hmm. So it was like vice versa on that. You could not get a more identical matchup.
Going into the second fight, because here's the thing: I'm going to be rooting for Colby. Rooting for Colby going into the second fight, But Usman, he's in terms of both of them. We're seeing their last fights. Usman's skills, I just feel like have looked better. He has gotten better, whereas Colby, I feel like has maintained the same.
The problem is we've just seen Colby too little, right? He's only had the Woodley fight, which was last September, since the Usman fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Woodley's not the Woodley of old.
Yeah.
So you can't really.
So it's kind of hard to tell. It's
Yeah.
So like we've seen Usman improve, right? We've seen his hands get better and better. We don't know if Colby's been improving to the same amount at that time, and that'll be the exciting part of the fight.
That's the big mystery, because they could still be evenly matched.
Mm-hmm. Both have switched gyms since their last fight, so
definitely. But as of right now, just from what we've seen of them recently, Usman just looks like the more improved fighter. So like I would say, definitely going to the second fight, Usman's the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely, is just. Because as it looks right now, the wrestling's still probably the same, but Usman's hands have gotten better.
That's what it would seem, right? Is that Usman, that's what it might end up being here, is that Usman's hands. Because, Usman won the last fight on the feet to begin with, and that was before he teamed up with Trevor Whitman. Mm-hmm. So now, Colby's got to be really worried here, really get a good game plan together to pull this win out.
Because Colby doesn't really have knockout power.
No, he just has that ridiculous pressure. So, like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like his best bet would just be like lean into the cardio aspect. Like you gotta go just full 100% on Usman from the beginning.
I feel like Colby needs to try to wrestle.
Yeah,
I feel like, because I feel like Colby has better wrestling pressure.
You think so?
I think so. Like, I feel like
he is able to secure takedowns a bit more than Usman is, it seems.
I feel like when he gets guys up against the cage, he's able to keep them there a little longer. He's able to really kind of, do it well. And I feel like that's what he needs to do with Usman. But, like, who knows, man? Usman's just, like I said, not the biggest Usman fan, but his skills are fantastic.
What turned you off on Usman so much? Was it just those like fights leading up to the title shot?
It's more
because a lot of people did not like him leading up to those. There were some boring fights, like the Maya fight and the RDA fight.
They weren't the most exciting fights. It's not even that. I just him as a person.
Oh, you don't like his attitude?
I find him kind of fake.
He does seem very fake. Yeah,
a little cringy.
It's one of those. Before I watched a Kamaru Usman interview, I could tell you what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like you're listening to him. I'm just like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
I'm on the Masvidal camp. Snoozman, get out of here. Time to get knocked out, bro. Get this going. But it hasn't happened, and I'm like, every time I watch this fight, I'm always rooting for the other guy. They always lose, and I'm like, damn it, Usman, you're too good. Stop being so good.
He is too damn good. It's curious now, because if he beats Colby, he really has lapped the division.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been saying it, but like he really has now.
Yeah.
I'm with you with rooting for Colby though. I kind of want Colby to win. Just because I want a third fight.
Yeah.
Just because I want this to run back 3 times.
Yeah, it would be great to keep it going.
It would just add to the story too. It'd be so cool. Imagine how hype it would be for the trilogy fight.
Well, it also would be fun to have Colby at the top. As champ.
Be nuts.
It's like,
what
imagine
a world.
that. Just imagine
what a world.
Oh my lord.
Has Trump walk him out for every fight?
That would be just the heels are some of my favorite. Like, I love the heels.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
The guys that just are able to get in there, get the crowd booing, just eating it up. Like, I just love it. But it'll be a fun fight. I can't wait to watch it. I'm sure it's going to be super exciting. And
also on that card, we have Sean Strickland versus Luke Rockhold, November 6th, UFC 268.
Interesting.
Sean Strickland coming off a big win over Rye Hall from last weekend. He looked good in that fight.
He looked good in that fight. Yeah. I was talking to my buddy about this. But Sean Strickland honestly kind of reminds me of Bisping a little bit.
Yeah,
with his fighting style, and
out of the same training camp.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know they've been training with each other, and just like watching him, I'm just like, man, he just really kind of has a similar.
It's just that heavy pointing boxing style, right?
Yeah, and I gotta wonder with this fight now too. because you got him versus Rockhold, and
Yeah,
it's like, well,
Rockhold making his comeback from.
yeah,
I think he
yeah.
fought Jan Blachowicz in like
Mhm,
2018. I think that was
mhm.
so a little while ago now.
I gotta be wary as Rockhold because Strickland's gonna be training with Bisping,
Yeah,
and and he got Bisping,
and
he
I
has
think
beaten
Strickland hits harder
Rockhold.
than Bisping
Yeah,
did too.
yeah.
So
So so I
you
so
got to
I so
question. Rockhold's always been a bit chinny.
mhm.
So
Yeah. So I got to imagine that the coaches or game plans they already kind of know what they're gonna do
yeah,
against Rockhold. So I think it's going to be a harder fight for Rockhold than he thinks it is.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm,
I do too. I don't know. Maybe they've Rockhold's seen something in the gym to where he really
mhm,
thinks. I'm sure Rockhold has a big grappling advantage here.
mhm.
Although I know
Yeah,
Sean
yeah,
Strickland's no scrub on the ground, so
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's seen something there. It's
I-
interesting because Rockhold has also been in and out of that gym, so they
mhm,
must have trained together at some
mhm.
point too. So
Yeah, yeah.
much like
I
Uriah
just
Hall and Sean Strickland did. So
mhm, definitely. I don't know. Rockhold, I just feel like he's retired. Like
yeah,
he,
one of those guys.
yeah, it's just like
Just
man,
retire, bud. To be fair with Rockhold, he's only lost to the best. Like the
yeah,
Jan Blachowicz loss looked bad at the time because Jan wasn't the champ
yeah,
and like he was still on the come up to getting the belt. But now it doesn't look so bad, you
no,
know?
definitely. It's just no, it's just he just got knocked out too much. Like
Yeah,
he's
too
clearly
much.
can't take a
The
punch
Yoel
like he
Romero
used
one is
to. Yeah,
brutal. That
it's
one has like a permanent spot in my head when he just
no, I
lands that
know, I
uppercut
know.
with Rockhold. He's like,
It's
oh
just,
my,
it was just oh
sorry, I
man.
was trying to impersonate Luke Rockhold getting knockout.
His head's going to the moon. It's like,
Uh,
oh, hilarious. But
All right, next fight, big fight. Islam Makhachev will fight Rafael dos Anjos on October
I,
30th, which is
I
rumored
am.
to be UFC 267, which is rumored to be a free pay-per-view card the week before UFC 268, which is interesting. This card's already confirmed to have Blachowicz versus Glover on it, and rumored to have Sterling Jan.
Mhm.
So yeah, my only
Pretty fun.
problem with this fight is it's not 5 rounds.
You want it to be a nice
I want
five
it to be
rounder.
5 rounds. Yeah, I feel like
Our,
RDA should want it 5 rounds.
mhm. It should be a really fun fight because like RDA tough fight no matter who, and RDA fights the toughest of the toughest.
Yeah,
I mean you can't, and generally people that beat RDA usually get a title shot
yeah, they're usually the best of the best at
yeah,
welterweight
usually.
and lightweight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I see Islam winning the fight
I do too.
because Islam is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
I think it's just gonna end up looking a lot like when
mhm,
Habib fought RDA way back
yeah,
when.
yeah,
A lot of takedowns.
mhm,
The thing is like RDA is just so well rounded. So
yeah.
he's
Like I'm
well
not.
equipped to fight these heavy Russian wrestlers.
Yeah, like,
But
I'm not an RDA. RDA could totally win.
yeah.
He still looks impressive to this day.
RDA, you don't get more well
And
rounded than
yeah,
RDA, like he has
definitely.
great takedown defense, he has great
Yeah.
wrestling offense, he has
Mhm,
great submissions, he
mhm,
has great stand up. It's
mhm,
just definitely the highest level opponent Islam has ever
mhm.
fought, and
Yeah,
can't wait.
yeah, definitely. It should be a lot of fun. And I'll be excited to watch it because Islam, man, he's been having such a hard time getting fights. So it's nice to he's like finally getting a big top name fight.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are arguing why he's so high ranked, and it's just like you almost have to rank him so high so people will take these
Mhm.
fights. Like,
Yep.
would RDA have taken this fight again if he wasn't ranked number 5? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Because like nobody wants to fight the guy, so you gotta do something. You gotta do something.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
mhm.
Islam. All of lightweight should be worried. They really
Oh
should.
yeah.
If this guy really is as good
I
as
hope.
as
I
Habib, it's just like fuck, man. You got another Habib now.
mm. I hope him and Connor fight one day.
Yeah, I think if Islam
I
ever
hope.
gets to the belt, they're gonna do
Yeah.
that as quick as
I
possible.
I hope they do.
Because
I
that is the
want that.
closest they will get to Habib McGregor 2, which would
Because
have been money.
I don't even care what losing streak Connor's on. I just want the
I
press
just want that fight,
conferences.
yeah.
I just want.
I want
I
another
just want the
brawl
whole.
after.
Yeah, I just want the whole spectacle. I don't care.
They would have to get so much security for that fight. Imagine after if McGregor lost again. Like, oh boy. You got to get both their teams in the same cage. Like, oof, good luck.
But man, I want to see Khabib in the corner.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like,
what it would be too, right?
I just want the whole thing.
McGregor knocks him out, gets Khabib to come back out of retirement.
Oh my god,
That's all we got. That's all we got.
That'd be amazing.
All right, and then the next fight that got announced, last fight, Paulo Costa will fight Marvin Vettori in the main event on October 23rd. UFC Fight Night 196.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Good fight, yeah. Two very aggressive middleweights. Should be a great main event, honestly.
If we get the Paulo Costa that fought Yoel Romero, Paulo is gonna win.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
But I hope that guy comes out.
If we get the Paulo that fought Adesanya, Vettori's gonna piece him up.
It's interesting, right? I don't know. Paulo Costa is just so inactive. It's hard for me to even really get a grip on his fighting style. You know, it's just
no, definitely, because he was in that season of Tough Brazil and he lost.
Yeah. Did he? Okay.
Yeah, I think he lost. Yeah, that was the season with Chael and
Vanderlei.
And Vanderlei.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly.
Probably was, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's such an aggressive, big fighter. Like when he's really doing his game, I mean, he looks so good. But we'll see. I mean, Vettori's like great his last couple.
Yeah, he looked good in the Kevin Holland one, and then obviously to Izzy, it's just it's hard to ever look good against Izzy. So,
I mean, their first fight was close, but that second fight, not
very close. Yeah,
not so much.
Good matchup though at middleweight. Good by the matchmakers. The two guys coming off losses.
I mean, that fight is definitely the like who gets the first rematch fight against Adesanya.
Both can start building their way back up. Especially for Paulo, right? Because I feel like Paulo has a lot of hype around him, and he could very easily get into that title shot conversation again with one big win. Yeah,
definitely. And Paulo's just been weird lately too. Like he hasn't really been taking fights.
And he was drunk during the fucking Adesanya fight. I drank a whole bottle of wine before the fight to go to sleep 3 hours beforehand. Like what the fuck are you talking about, bud?
I get my pre-game wine going on. I get into the cage.
Sure, I guess that might help. Fuck, I don't know. Okay, we'll now move on to all the cards, or at least all the main events coming up before the next pay-per-view. One thing I did want to give a shout out to was AJ McKee beating Patricio Pitbull in Bellator. I feel we don't give enough love to Bellator on this show. I did want to give a shout out to that. Shout out to AJ McKee. Kid's a fucking stud.
It's impressive because Pitbull has been such a dominant,
especially as of late, right? Over there, he's just been killing it. Yeah, the number one pound for pound guy over in Bellator. AJ McKee just ran through him. So
I forget. Is that the bantamweight division?
That's featherweight.
It's featherweight.
Featherweight, and Patricio also holds the lightweight belt. So AJ McKee next wants to move up and take that from him, which would be interesting. Then we got to get AJ McKee over to the UFC though.
I would like to see Pitbull come over to UFC.
Yeah, I'd like both of them honestly. I mean.
I would like to see how they do over at.
I know AJ and Scott Coker over there clamoring for a crossover event. That's never gonna happen.
Gosh, I wish they would do that.
There's just no upside for the UFC. I feel,
No, there's not. But who cares? Like I wish, like there's just sometimes I wish that business would not get in the way.
Of the fights, yeah.
Of the fights.
It's much better in MMA than it is boxing, but it still happens.
I feel like between the UFC and Bellator, at least it's Bellator.
Yeah.
Because that is, in my opinion, probably the second biggest MMA promotion.
Depends on the month almost. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's Bellator. Even PFL sometimes, has some really good fights. But
like one has some good people.
Yeah. One has kind of gone down over the last couple of years.
In my opinion, one is really just like really good in the smaller division, like the smaller dude division, like bantamweights, featherweights.
I know they got a big hold on the Chinese market too. So one.
I mean, I guess in terms of like location, yeah, I'm sure one is bigger in the Asian markets, as Bellator's I'm sure is bigger in the U.S. and
Sure,
Europe market.
yeah. One is
You
bigger
know,
in the Asian markets than Bellator, but
Mhm.
not UFC. But one will
Yeah,
come
yeah,
out
not
with
not
these
yet. Yeah,
crazy numbers sometimes on like
yeah,
on their viewership, and I'll just be like, bullshit. You guys
yeah,
are
yeah.
lying. Like you did not
It's
get
like,
that many views.
it's like I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It's just, it'd be cool. Like I get why UFC doesn't want to do it, but at the same time, it's just like, so what they should do is they should just have guys who aren't champions. Just have like dudes. You don't even necessarily have to have ranked guys. You could just have guys in the UFC and guys in Bellator fighting. Now,
but don't we want the champions versus the other champions? Like, isn't that
of
what
course,
we'd want? Maybe you could do that
of
and just
course we
not put
do.
any belt on the line. I guess that would
Yeah,
make
yeah,
more
yeah.
sense. I don't
Mhm.
know. The whole argument though is like on UFC side is that there isn't a single person that only watches Bellator and doesn't watch UFC. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So there's no gain for UFC there. Like they're
Yeah,
not.
no,
It's
definitely.
not like UFC will gain Bellator fans and Bellator will then gain UFC
Yeah,
fans. It's like no, 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 no. Every fan is watching. That's
yeah.
watching the Bellator event. You bet your ass they're watching the UFC event. So UFC has
I
nothing to
agree.
gain there.
No. You're completely right. There is no benefit to the UFC. There
Yeah.
is no benefit. I just wish they would just do it because the fans want it. That's like the only thing. I get it. They're never gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
At least at least they could do it if Dana retires. Dana retires. They get some guy that comes in
Sure.
there
Then
that
yeah.
that might you might be able to persuade
Someone with
him.
a softer heart
So,
than
yeah,
Dana.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Maybe then.
As long as Dana is there, that'll never happen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like
I
they're
would love to see AJ McKee come over though. I know he has 3 fights now on his contract from gaining the belt, so maybe rematches Pitbull. I know Benson Henderson's over here in Bellator. Patrici Pitbull's brother, I think his name's Patrici. Forget his
yeah,
name,
yeah,
but yeah, he's there too. So maybe you get just a couple fights out of the way for AJ McKee, then try to get him over. I know he sounds interested in going to the UFC, which is rare that you hear a guy actually like talk about going over to a different promotion while he's still on their contract with another. So I'd
yeah.
imagine
No.
there'll be talks, especially once these
I
3
know.
fights are up.
I know. Stipe has been talking about going over to what one or
Ah,
something.
yeah, saying stuff like
Yeah,
that. I think he's just trying to get in a title shot though.
yeah,
Plus, Stipe has like 4 fights left on his contract. It's like you're not going anywhere, bud.
yeah, definitely. But
uh,
like,
all right, cool. So we'll get into the upcoming events now. August 21st, UFC on ESPN 29. Jared Cannonier versus Kelvin Gastelum is our next card. Good fight. Good fight. Very excited for this.
I like both guys. I like Kelvin.
I do too. I
like
love Calvin. Calvin's one of my favorite fighters.
I'll definitely be rooting for Kelvin.
Me too.
I,
The tough season Calvin's on is just fucking legendary. That uprise.
yeah. That season's fantastic.
Yeah, if you watch that season, I don't know how you couldn't be a Kelvin Gastelum fan.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. He's like the
Like,
last
man.
pick, and he works his way all the way through all the toughest
Yeah.
guys. It's fucking amazing.
I don't know. That was the season Uriah Hall was on.
Yeah.
That was when everybody
Yeah,
terrified
they had a crazy
of
fight
Uriah
on
Hall.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's a really good season of Tough. Check that
Yeah.
out if you never have.
Yeah.
Kelvin Gastelum though coming off the loss to Robert Whitaker, Jerry Cannonier coming off the loss to Robert Whitaker as well. So
Yeah. That,
Whitaker
I
just
think-
taking all Izzy's fun title shots.
Oh, Robert needs that title shot.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's coming.
If there is a champ that deserves an ex-champ that deserves a title shot right now,
That's it.
is-
Yeah.
is
I hope
that
they can
man.
get that done for this year
Mhm.
sometime, maybe December for that.
I
Put
do-
that in the same card.
I
as
do because honestly, at this point, man, I mean, Roberts looks so good.
he has.
And
It's a completely different fight now.
And I know Izzy, got Robert really well that first fight, but I think a second fight, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no. I mean, Whitaker's just been on point ever since, so that'd be
Mhm.
interesting. Oh, back to this fight though. We're getting distracted. Cannonier Gastelum. Yeah, it should be awesome.
Yeah.
Stand-up fight mostly on the feet.
Yeah.
I don't know how this goes honestly. It's
I think
hard
it's
to
just
tell.
it's gonna be a close fight.
Yeah,
Like,
it'll definitely
both
be close.
dudes super tough.
Yeah,
Either one
hard
can win.
hitters. Yeah.
Hard hitters. The wrestling's not terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
I lean towards Gastelum, but I'm a little bit biased, I guess, in this. So
No, I feel you.
Yeah,
Jared's look good.
I love
Cannonier's look
Jared
good.
Kinnear too. Yeah, so
You know. So I think what wasn't he wasn't I know didn't Izzy want to fight him before he
yeah,
lost
is he? Well, he
Whitaker?
was on a good win streak. He was on like a
Yeah.
3-fight win streak, and wins over Hermanson and stuff like that. And I TKO'd him. So
Yeah.
yeah, Kinnear could get up there potentially.
Hmm.
Week after that, August 28th, UFC on ESPN 30. Edson Barbosa versus Giga Chikate.
That's gonna be
Fucking
a good
kickboxing war. If you like
fight.
violence, ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
That's gonna be a heck of a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Edson, he's looked good in featherweight.
Yeah, no, he's a great.
Yeah.
So is Barbosa, so
Mhm.
that'll just be a
Mhm.
kickboxing match
Hey,
with MMA gloves.
man, that's gonna be I bet the leg's gonna get broken in that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, something gonna be a lot of stuff flying around.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm gonna go
that-
Giga here. I think over the course of 5 rounds, Giga will probably clip him with something. Barbosa's a bit chinny sometimes.
yeah,
Granted, that is
I-
with like the hardest hitters in the world, so
yeah.
it's kind of hard. But
I agree. And Giga's looked really good his
Yeah.
last couple fights, and I would probably agree with you. I think Giga's got that fight.
yeah, I think Giga's coming off the big win over Cub Swanson, if I'm
Yep.
right. Yeah. So, Barbosa coming off a big win as well. Can't remember who his last fight was. Let me look.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a good
He
one.
defeated Shane Burgos. That was it. That was
That's
a
right.
great
That's
fight.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in May. Yeah, so that wasn't too long ago. Quick turnaround for Barbosa. That was only in May.
Yep.
So then when was Giga's last fight? It was Cub Swanson. That was in May too. So yeah, quick turnarounds for both of them. We will see here. I will go Giga. Barbosa's got a little bit more mileage on him.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I agree with you. And then also that card got Kevin Lee coming to welterweight.
yeah. Well, his opponent Sean Brady just pulled out, but he said he's remaining on the card. So we'll see who he gets matched up there. Who'd you want? You got any names?
I don't know who I'd want to see him fight at.
I got one.
welterweight. Yeah.
Mike fucking Perry. Let's do
Mike?
it. Mike Perry's also always my throw out name. Mike Perry. Go for it.
Does Mike Perry have another fight on his contract? I feel like he just fought his last
Did he?
fight.
Hopefully he's not getting cut then. 'Cause,
And I
know
don't-
he's
I
on
mean,
a
he
little
lo-
bit of a losing streak.
Yeah. Like I would like to see that would be a good fight for Kevin Lee.
Yeah. That or Cowboy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of random guys that like to fill in at welterweight now.
Definitely. I mean, who's he? I got this. You got Li Jing Liang. Can't even. Not even.
Oh, he's fighting Hazmat Chimaev in
That's
October.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Trying to look at the welterweight rankings real quick.
Does Bilal have
Yeah.
another fight?
No, that's a bit too high though for Calvin. I
Yeah.
don't know if he should be getting or not Calvin. Kevin Lee, excuse me.
Right.
I don't know. I guess you could give Kevin Lee the number 9 guy.
Does Santiago have a fight?
Ooh, no, Santiago Ponzinibbio does not have a fight. That'd be good.
That could be one.
I think it's gonna be someone outside the rankings though. It's gonna be hard to get a
Think so.
ranked guy to
Yeah.
fill in on what is it, 3 weeks
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there. If I was a ranked guy, I'd probably take that fight though. I mean, Kevin Lee's got some name.
Yeah,
value.
he has a name value for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was a ranked guy, I wouldn't necessarily say that would be a bad fight to take.
No, yeah. Good name too. I mean,
And-
plus he'll be
and-
in a co-main spot, so
Mm-hmm.
good fights. Good fights to be made.
Not too bad.
Next up, the day after that. This isn't MMA related, but we are going to talk about this real quick. Jake Paul is boxing Tyrone Woodley on August 29th. We got to talk about this real quick. I cannot stand this whole Paul brother thing going on in boxing right now. It's I don't mind it, but it's just like it's getting annoying. It's getting to the point where it's been like a year now of this, and they're just like talking mad shit to all these fighters, and you got to read about these fucking Paul brothers every day, and it's just like, all right,
Definitely.
someone end this.
Well, I gotta give it to them. I mean,
They're good at it, man. They're
good at it.
They're fucking
at
good at getting attention. Like, I mean, and it's a
And-
smart idea for them,
and-
man.
And unfortunately, boxing has just like become not as interesting that they're able to like get into the boxing world and are getting eyes on it.
It's a shame for
I mean-
boxing because I know those fans can, like, hardcore boxing fans cannot be happy about this. Like, they have been the main talking points to boxing for the last year, which is crazy.
Which is upsetting because you gotta think, this year they're trying, they're having the third fight with the Gypsy King and
Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder,
and Deontay Wilder, but I barely hearing about that.
No, yeah,
mostly just
that just got pushed back, and it doesn't even seem like anyone cares.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the Paul brothers are fighting somebody again. It's all good, excited about it.
Yeah,
and
I'm honestly, I'm not a big boxing fan just in general. Like, I like watching Tyson Fury and stuff, but like, honestly, every time I watch a big boxing match, it just ends up disappointing me, and I'm just why are there so many rules? I never understand it.
I'm usually only really interested in heavyweight boxing. Like, any other division.
Tyson Fury's fun, right? Like,
I love Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's super fun to watch. Even Anthony Joshua, I don't mind, but like, sometimes I'll just watch like random boxing fights, and I'm just like, I feel like MMA is just like the evolution of this, and it's just like, maybe we just kill boxing. Like, it doesn't. I don't know if it really needs to exist. If I'm being honest, like, I don't.
I think boxing just needs to. They need to have probably some less promotions.
Yeah, definitely. If there was a way to organize this more, much like UFC has done with MMA, it would be better.
I think with especially the UFC and just MMA in general, they've really figured out how to build up their fighters.
Yeah.
Like boxing, I feel like the way they've built their fighters has always just been on record. It's like, oh, this guy is like undefeated, and then as soon as they become defeated, their value goes down immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas in like MMA and the UFC, it's like dudes can lose as much as they want, and people will
look at Nate Diaz, right? What is he? He's 19 and 12. It doesn't matter. He's one of the biggest stars in the world.
They love him. They absolutely love him. And I just feel like in boxing, they rely too much on dudes being undefeated. They always give dudes crappy fights just to build the record.
Right. It's like, go look at like Ryan Garcia, right? Like, Ryan Garcia is a pretty big name in boxing. He's fought like no one, from what I can tell by like his opponent's records, and it's just like, all right. I mean, I guess.
And it's like anytime they do get like two big stars in boxing fights, usually always past their prime.
Yeah, and it always feels like just like such a hard process to get. Like, look at the people want Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Like, look how hard that seems to make for them.
That is the fight the boxing community wants.
Whereas if that was an MMA, and there was two names that big in the same division, it would have been made years ago.
Exactly, and it's like it's just not happening.
Yeah,
because now they're like, oh, you gotta give Deontay Wilder a third fight.
Yeah, there's a rematch clause. Like, what the fuck is a rematch clause?
It's so stupid. And I don't know, man. I thought that rematch clause was like in a set amount of time.
Yeah,
and I could have sworn that they went past that time.
I swear they were like trying. They had the Joshua fight almost done. Yeah, and then Deontay Wilder was like, wait, I want the rematch. And it's like, what?
That's the fight that needs to happen.
It really is.
You got two guys, from my understanding, that have all the belts. They have all the heavyweight belts. Like, I think Joshua.
I'm sure there's some random ones out there they don't, but whatever.
Yeah, I think Joshua has like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And Tyson, I think, has 2 of them.
Why are there so many?
Something
belts?
like that. There's so many. But it's like I think they're like at a point where I'm pretty sure they're almost about to combine all of them together. If one of them wins. And which would be crazy, but instead of that happening. Let's just get the stupid.
And it's like, what if Wilder wins this? Fight. Now the Joshua fight's probably just gone forever. If Wilder won this, Yeah,
probably.
Crazy.
And then it's just, and at this point, Tyson Fury is the only, I think, undefeated boxing.
Yeah. Because Joshua lost to one guy.
He lost to Ruiz.
Yeah.
And then got his then in the rematch got his belt back against Ruiz.
Yeah. Anyways, Jake Paul.
Jake
Paul was terrible. Go Woodley. Go Woodley, man. Come on, man. You tell me Woodley can't land a big right hand here. Come on.
Woodley compared to Askren, Woodley's stand up is so much better.
Much more athletic too. It's like
he's way more in shape. I mean, it's just Woodley should he should win this fight.
He should. I swear to God, if Jake Paul knocks Woodley out, I'm done. Maybe Jake Paul is good then. I'll give him way more credit if he can knock Woodley out here.
Like, if he knocks out Woodley, then I think people have to start going like, all right.
Then it's just like, okay, all right, I guess you are pretty good.
This kid's got something.
If he beats Woodley, though, enough of this MMA fighter shit, then, okay? It's like, okay, fine. Yeah. I get it. MMA fighters are worse at boxing. Of course they are, okay? I get it. Fight a boxer in a boxing.
Fight a boxer.
Okay?
Time to start doing some boxing.
Yeah. I'd be totally... I just want Woodley to end this. Just end this whole thing.
I agree.
Because it's rumored Logan Paul is fighting Anderson Silva, or boxing Anderson Silva in like September or something. It's like, man, Silva and Woodley, if you guys could just knock these two guys out for me, and
it'd be great.
Then we just end this. I mean, I feel like they'll go back to boxing YouTubers then, and we'll just be done with this.
Anderson looked really good in his first boxing.
Yeah, he beat Julio, whatever the fuck his name is, something. Chavez Jr. Yeah. Who's a legitimate boxer, and he's beaten boxing, so, maybe MMA fighters aren't that bad at boxing. Yeah.
In the boxing round, I'm pretty sure Chavez Jr. just kind of made fun of a little bit.
Oh, is he? He had a good record though. He has like 65 wins.
He was a champ at
like 6 losses or something. So.
He was a champ at one point, but from my understanding, he also parties a lot. Does some drugs.
That's fair. Maybe. Still, Silva's like fucking 44.
Well, his dad is, I think, considered one of the greatest.
Yeah, I know his dad is like also
Mexican
on the card.
Yeah.
His dad had like a crazy record or something. He only had like 2 losses and like 100 wins or whatever the fuck.
I think, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope Woodley wins. I want Woodley to win.
Please, Woodley, just land that. I've talked a lot of shit about Tyron Woodley in my ears. I do not like Tyron Woodley, but like, man, am I rooting for you in this?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I agree. Woodley's kind of hard to like sometimes.
Yeah,
but
I did not like Woodley as the welterweight title holder. I will say.
I don't think many people did.
No, I did not enjoy that era.
And he definitely should not have gotten into rap.
No. Beat your ass. All right. Gonna get copyright. Woodley gonna come after me. Fuck it. I swear to God, Woodley, you lose, I'm gonna box Jake Paul. I'll go fucking do it. I'm a big YouTube star. Fuck it. Beat the shit out of that kid. All right, next up, September 4th, UFC on ESPN Plus 49. Derek Brunson versus Darren Till. Just got confirmed like 2 days ago. So this card was supposed to be in London, but now COVID popping back up again and got moved back to Vegas.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know Darren Till has visa issues, so let's hope this stays together.
Go Till. I'm rooting for Till.
I'm with you 100%. I think Till, show me something here, man, because a lot of times Darren Till is like a little bit over talked about in my mind. Yeah. He really hasn't. His most impressive, his biggest win is Wonder Boy, and that was a horrible fight.
He got pushed too soon.
Yeah, I agree. He had a big win over Cowboy, and then he just like flew off into stardom, and it was too soon.
But I mean, like Till's a good fighter. I mean, he could definitely win this fight. I mean, Derek, tough guy. I mean,
yeah, tough guy, especially now. He's really been able to put it together recently with his wrestling and his striking. A bit chinny, Derek Brunson. So I'd imagine Till hits hard. You can definitely say that about him.
I feel like we haven't seen Till in a while. I feel like
when was his last fight? Was it it was the Robert Whittaker loss? Another guy lost to Robert Whittaker last July. So yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I like Darren Till. I really like his personality. He's a funny guy. Follow his Twitter if you don't.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Darren Till, hilarious dude, funny guy. He's fun to watch. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Derek's looked really good. I'll be rooting for you, Till. I hope you win, buddy.
Me too.
But Derek Brunson, I mean, he's got good wrestling, good stand-ups, looked a lot better. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think
definitely gonna need that takedown defense on point for this one too.
If I remember correct, I think Derek's a North Carolina guy.
I believe so. Yeah, I think he was born in North Carolina. Is that where you guys are? I just forget if it's north or south. Okay, cool.
Yeah, North Carolina.
The good one. All right.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Is that the one with Six Flags? I'm Which one has Six Flags? I've been to the Six Flags.
I think it's South.
South has Six Flags. It's a good Six Flags. Shout out to Six Flags.
It's pretty fun. We have Carowinds.
What the hell is that?
It's a lot of roller coasters.
Carowinds. Fucking knockoff Six Flags. All right. September 18th, UFC on ESPN Plus 50. I don't know why they don't say the numbered titles for it is. If I was UFC, I'd put a number on everything. Keep that 50. You know, make it an event. Anyways, headline is Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. Good fight.
Good fight. We'll see how Anthony does. I know he's been having some rocky.
Yeah, he's on like a 2-fight win streak.
Yeah.
He gets dropped in like every fight though, and Ryan Spann hits hard. So it's like, oof. So good luck.
I think that'll be a tough fight. Not too sure who to go with it. They both have been looking pretty good.
I'd probably go Spann here. I think Spann will probably clip him throughout that course of 5 rounds. Spann not the best conditioning though, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that adds up. And then
I know for Spann, that's probably big fight for him.
Yeah, good headline spot for him too.
They kind of really move.
Spann one of the better prospects at light heavyweight. Okay, and then our next pay-per-view, which we will do a show immediately after, is September 25th. So we got some weeks here, probably about 6 weeks. Yeah, long break.
Yeah.
UFC 266, Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega for the featherweight title in the main event. Who do we got here? It's a good fight. Great fight, honestly.
Should be a good one. I don't know who I'll be. I'll probably be rooting for Ortega.
Yeah.
I think I'll be going for Ortega.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll necessarily be rooting for either guy. I don't know. Yeah. I could see Ortega pulling it out here. Yeah, he looked very good in the Korean Zombie fight with his.
I mean, my problem is that I feel like Volkanovski lost his last fight.
Yeah, with Max Holloway.
With Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Ortega, also a fantastic boxer. You know, I mean, his stand up has looked really good. His last fight, his stand up looked amazing.
Zombie looked so impressive.
He looked so good. His ground game is fantastic. I know Volkanovski, good wrestling, strong dude. I mean, it's gonna be a close fight, most likely. But I think Ortega will probably come in with the right game plan. I think will ultimately take it.
Yeah, Ortega loves catching guys with subs like later in the round, so
yeah.
I can see that happening. I don't know. Volkanovski, this is his fight to really prove he's the champion, which is odd to say because he's been champion for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
But
well, it doesn't help because his first fight against Holloway, people
still close.
Still close. Some people
I thought he definitely won that one, but I agree. I thought Holloway won the rematch, but
yeah.
So yeah, it really has felt like this whole division didn't have a champion like this whole time,
Like Volkanovski needs to come into this fight and really win this fight.
Yeah,
I feel like just to kind of
you
really
need to put a finish here, right?
Yeah,
show you're the best in the world if you really are. Right?
Either a finish or just a dominant performance.
Yeah,
something like that, which I feel like it would be hard to do against Ortega.
I don't think he'll get the credit he does until he does what you just said, right? Yeah. Either a straight up dominant win or a finish. It's you can't have another close split decision here, Volkanovski. It's not good for your brand.
It's not gonna look good.
Nah.
He's not gonna get that respect that I'm sure you want.
It's just so hard too, man, because featherweight, one of the best divisions, and it's just the top of the top 5 of that division. It's just like, I mean, good luck putting away any of those guys.
I mean, I feel like him and Holloway should have a third fight.
Yeah, and I mean, they probably will. It's I know Max Holloway's Yair Rodriguez is being talked about for November now, so it's like, Holloway wins that, he probably is getting a third fight with him, and it's just like, fuck, man, that must suck for Volkanovski. Like, I gotta fight this guy again. Like, fuck.
He's got to get out. He's got to get out of that shadow because unfortunately it's just there. Like most people, most people think Holloway won that fight.
Yeah, I feel like most people consider Holloway the champ, even like popularity wise, especially after the Calvin Cater win earlier this year. Is like people talk about Max Holloway much more than they talk about Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
so it'd be a fun fight. It'd be a good fight. I know they're tough seasons going on right now.
Yeah, I've been watching just the fights on Tough. I haven't caught up on you know, all the drama and shit that goes on in the house. But
there's not much, I gotta say.
Oh, really? Have you been watching it?
I have been watching it. Me and my
Cool.
brother have been watching it, and I do not really like it. I gotta be
Is it
honest.
boring stuff?
It feels like ESPN's trying to clean it up too much.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Like they're not in the house that often.
Wow.
Like really, like a lot of the time, like they're you know, when they're showing them training, it's like the individual fighter just showing him training. They're not like in big group things. They're not in the house too often. They're showing a lot of home videos. Like every fighter has this home video you gotta watch. It almost feels like the Contender series. Like they took the beginning of the Contender series part before they get into the fight. They just extended that.
It's so weird to me because it's just like I felt like Contender Series was the evolution of Tough, you know, and it's just like, why are we doing both? Like I feel like Contender Series could just be what Tough. Just put those guys on the Contender Series.
I feel like they're getting away from why people like Tough.
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting away from that in this season, and I don't know.
I'll be curious to see if ESPN decides to do another because it's just.
Well, it's really. I'll say one thing that's really annoying is that in like the middle of the show they'll have it's a Tough flashback, and they'll go back to some like funny time back in one of the later Tough seasons. Like, you know, they showed like the part when Connor was calling TJ a snake. You know, one of the episodes they were showing Rampage broke the door. Like, you remember this fun, Tough moment?
Let's show all the fun stuff from previous seasons.
Yeah, and it's like,
because there ain't shit going on this season.
Like, I know. I'm like, so I don't know.
It was just such a like that show was made during that like reality show TV.
Yeah,
era.
It doesn't feel like a reality. It doesn't feel like a reality TV show.
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
And it's just like, why does it even exist then with the Contender series?
You have the Contender series now. This just feels like an extended.
It's all people want anyways. It's just the fight and like a little bit of background on the fighter, and they do a good enough job with that on Contender series.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I can't even really remember many of the fighters, which is bad.
Yeah, I don't remember any of their names either. I do watch the fights though, which are entertaining enough.
Yeah. Like some of the fights have been really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But some of them not so much. But some of them have been pretty good.
Continuing on with UFC 266, then Valentina Shevchenko will fight Lauren Murphy for the women's flyweight title. The next victim for Shevchenko is up, Lauren Murphy. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. There's that. I do not see a single girl in the flyweight division beating Shevchenko.
Oh, especially not Lauren Murphy.
Especially not Lauren Murphy.
Yeah, I got a TKO by Shevchenko pretty early, second or third.
I'm sure Lauren Murphy is a nice girl.
Yeah,
I'm sure
she's great.
Like she's had some fun fights, some other things, but she is not
put together a 4-fight win streak down there. So
yeah, but she's not Shevchenko.
Yeah, not even close.
Like
it's gonna be a while before someone pops up in that division, I think.
Yeah, it's just the flyweight division of all the girls' divisions, the women's divisions, is probably the weakest one, in my opinion.
Yeah, currently. It's interesting because I do think it has the potential to be the best one. You know, I think because you see a lot of girls dropping down from bantamweight going there, and then a lot of girls coming up from strawweight going in there. So I do think eventually it'll even itself out once we find some more flyweights, and it'll end up being one of the better ones. But right now it is a shallow division with Shevchenko queen. You know,
definitely.
And then the co-main of that event, Nick Diaz.
I am super excited.
Who is it? Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler 2. A 5-round welterweight fight. Let's go.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that fight.
Nick Diaz.
That is probably the fight I am most excited for.
Yeah, it's like impossible to call too, because it's just like we have no idea how Diaz is gonna look. It's been 6 years since he last fight.
And look, Robbie Lawler, I mean, he still looks good.
Yeah. Even his last loss, he lost to Neil Magny. I mean, he didn't look bad. You know,
didn't look bad.
It was fine. You know, before that, the Ben Askren one, where he looked great. Honestly,
he looked dominant in that fight.
Yeah, I know he lost, but like he was
but
fucking
it was
jacked,
like
looking shape. You know, still has the power. It's
fucking threw Askren on his head.
I wanted this fight during when Lawler was champ, which is like one of my favorite championship runs. That was such a great run. I wanted the fight then real bad. I wish they would have got that done.
It's interesting they're doing the second fight so much later.
Yeah, I mean, when was the first fight? Let me look here.
That was their first fight was Robbie's, I think, first fight in the UFC.
Was it really? Yeah, I think we talked about this the last show, but I think that was so long ago. I think it was 2006.
Yeah, like it was a really long time ago.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
Let's see here. Where is it?
Yeah, I have no idea. Just the fight. I mean, Robbie's gonna be the favorite. I mean, just based on activity.
You have to give it to him, right? With Nick Diaz, 2004, April 2nd, 2004 was their first fight. Oh boy, I was 8 years old.
yeah,
fucking insane. Yeah, crazy.
That's.
We'll see.
I'll be excited.
It would be crazy if Nick Diaz emerges as a contender here. You know, if he just looks great.
I hope he does, man. I hope he does. I'm gonna be rooting for Nick. I want Nick.
I kind of am too. I kind of want that. Just because
Waller,
like you can lose, you'll be fine. Like Nick here though, you can't lose this.
I want him to beat Robbie, and then after that, call up Masvidal, and then get to that fight.
Oh, that'd be
then
cool.
do that fight.
Then he wins and fights Usman. Oh man, the world we live on. Nick Diaz becomes champ again.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. 5 rounds too, which is great. I wonder if it's only going to be the Diaz brothers that get these special 5-round fights.
They get the special 5-round fights.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I'm Usman, Nate, or Nick, give it to me.
I'm trying to get both of those if I'm Usman. You know?
Give it to me.
That's just money.
Yep. It's like, oh my lord. Man.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Excited for that.
Yeah, we will do another episode following that. That'll be up that Monday. And that'll do it for Nerdic God's MMA show, episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we get this to 1,000 views, we will go bi-weekly. So,
we will.
Get it up there, folks. Share it with your friends.
It'll be a lot of talking, and it'll be fantastic.
We could cover more episodes, or more events, you know?
For sure.
I mean. All right, cool. Anything you want to say?
I think that's it. That was fun fights. Fun night for fights.
Been a good month of MMA.
Been a good month.
July was pretty hectic.
Definitely. And I'm excited for next month. Some fun looking fights.
Yeah,
I don't feel like
the first 2 cards of September are pretty stacked. Even the Edson Barbosa versus Gigi Kagate card is pretty stacked. Now I know the next card isn't too well, but yeah, we got some fun fights to look forward to for sure. And a big layoff here, so we won't see you guys for another 6-ish weeks. So we will see you all then.
We'll see you then.
All right, bye, everybody.